On an uncharted island sits a lighthouse. It's a very special lighthouse that projects a message of love and hope throughout the world. The Protectors are a special team chosen to protect our world from the Syndicate, an evil group determined to spread darkness. These Protectors, chosen to fight the Syndicate, are known as the Light Force.
Training drill will commence in 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Wait for me!
Spectrum, I need you to stay back on this one.
Wait, why? It's just a drill.
You're still new, and I need you to observe.
Just watch, but I can help you.
Trust me, it's for the best.
Fine.
Spectrum, thank you.
What's the point of being part of the Light Force if I can't do anything? And why am I talking to myself?
I always wondered how someone can observe with their eyes closed.
Vanguard, I wasn't sleeping. I was just...
One thing you need to learn about the Light Force is that there are no excuses. I need you to go through those files and update them.
That's a lot of files. When am I going to learn how to fight the Syndicate?
Right now. This is part of the fight. It's very important.
Fine. It's very important.
Hey, what are you working on?
Sage, it's so good to see you.
Oh, that's always nice to hear. You don't look happy.
What is the deal with Vanguard?
What do you mean?
He doesn't like me.
What? Of course he likes you. He chose you.
But he won't let me enter the Nexus, and he always just gives me boring stuff to do.
I think always is a bit of an exaggeration.
It feels like always.
Look, if Vanguard is giving you these assignments, he has his reasons.
You don't get it. I can see that he doesn't like me. That's my power, remember?
He does like you, and he trusts you more than you think.
That's easy for you to say. You're like co-leader.
This is how Vanguard trains. Trust him.
Yeah.
Intruder in the Nexus.
This isn't a drill.
Intruder
I have to go.
in the Nexus.
You're not ready to go in yet.
Really?
I have something else I want you to work on. I need you to run a systems check on this, find out if there are any viruses.
But I want to fight the Syndicate.
And this is how I want you to fight them.
That's what you said last time.
This is what I'm saying this time.
Fine. I hate this. Vanguard keeps treating me like a kid. Everyone else gets to go into the Nexus and fight the Syndicate, but I just get this boring stuff. I'm better than this. I'm gonna show Vanguard that I can do more.
What are you doing?
Sage, I'm going in. I want to show that I'm not a kid.
Yes, and obeying your leaders will show us that. But if you go in that portal, you're going to make a mistake.
Fine, then mistakes will be made.
You will not go in the portal.
Ugh, Vanguard is so unfair.
Not today.
Sage, this is not cool.
Spectrum, you need to obey your leaders.
I need to show what I can do. Okay, fine.
Finally.
I am so going in.
Spectrum, look at how you're acting.
I may not be making the best decision.
You think?
Oh my goodness. I may be acting like a kid.
Maybe a little.
I really messed things up. First, I disobeyed Vanguard, and then he caught me not paying attention. Now he'll never trust me.
Spectrum, he already does. Look at this.
What is that?
This is the Light Force Handbook.
I thought that was like 3 pages.
Now it is. When I first joined the team, I thought I had to explain everything. This was my way of communicating the mission of the Light Force.
This is like 3,000 pages.
I know, I'm very detailed. But Vanguard showed me how to use my powers more efficiently, and now, instead of taking 3,000 pages to say something, I can do it in 3.
So you're saying that I might not know how to use my power?
A little. But I think Vanguard is right. You need more training. Let me show you what I think your power is doing to you. Your power allows you to see what others can't see. Like the shadow on the wall, you can see behind the scenes, and sometimes it feels overwhelming, and things start to look like something else, and it can get scary, but just remember, sometimes it's simpler. And like this shadow, it might feel like Vanguard is mad at you or he's lying to you, but you have to remember, he cares about you.
Spectrum, glad you're here. I wanted to talk to you.
I'll let you handle this. Trust him.
Listen, I know it's been a tough week, but you've done a really good job.
But I didn't really. I almost disobeyed your order.
But you didn't. That's what's important. Spectrum, do you know why I gave you all those assignments?
Because you don't trust me.
Quite the opposite, actually. I trust you completely. Your power to see what no one else sees is a gift, and you have the potential to become one of the most powerful members of the team.
How?
You're gonna help us see through the Syndicate's tricks.
But you won't let me use my power in the Nexus.
Not yet, because you're still training. If you don't train, your power will control you and confuse you.
No, it won't.
Okay, let me ask you something. Instead of thinking I trusted you, did you think I was against you?
A little.
That's your power unchecked. I trust you, Spectrum. I'm not against you at all. I just want you to use your power when you're ready.
Okay.
Tell you what, tomorrow, how about I take you on a tour of the Nexus?
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, but first, finish up on those files.
Got it.
Congratulations, you found my secret message. I hope you know, Spectrum, how much I believe in you, and can't wait to see what you can do.
So sorry to interrupt, sir, but I've picked up on something.
Tell me.
It appears that Vanguard is hiding someone.
Who is it, Harbinger?
I am unsure, but I think they're powerful enough that Vanguard wants to keep them a secret.
Well, I guess our next course of action is to find out which one of the Light Force is easiest to fool.
How do we do that?
We'll send them a package. One that will reveal all of their weaknesses.
On it.
Hey Light Force Squad! Today we learned that respect makes my relationships better. Now I know it's way easier to say than it is to do. Spectrum learned that the hard way this week. She had a hard time obeying what Vanguard wanted her to do. Sometimes it's not easy to respect our leaders, but as a member of the Light Force, it's something we need to do. In the Bible days, there was a man named David who learned this lesson through a very hard time. You see, David was someone God handpicked to be king of Israel. There was just one small problem. There already was a king named Saul. But David always treated Saul with respect, even though Saul could be really mean. You see, after God chose David to be king, Saul became very angry, and his servants thought that music would make him feel better. It didn't. The servants asked David to play music for Saul. David gladly did it, but instead of making Saul happy, David's playing made him more mad. And every time David tried to be nice to Saul, Saul just got meaner. But God blessed David, and David eventually succeeded in anything he tried to do. If he was playing music, it was great. If he was fighting Israel's enemies, he won. David even beat a giant. But none of that made Saul like David. Saul became so mad at David that he chased David away. David had to say goodbye to his family and friends and go live in the desert. But David refused to be mean to Saul. After some time, David got the chance to get back at Saul for all the mean things he did to him. You see, Saul decided that he still wanted to hurt David. So Saul went looking for David in the desert. While Saul was chasing David, Saul fell asleep, and David found him. What? Crazy, right? David had Saul at his mercy. He could finally get revenge for all the bad things that Saul did to him. But you know what? David didn't do it. He still respected Saul as king and didn't hurt him. Eventually, Saul's bad choices caught up to him, and he met his end in battle. After all the years of struggle, David finally became king. God rewarded David for being respectful and doing the right thing, even though it was really hard. It's easy to respect our teachers or our parents when they do what we like or we think they're cool. But it's something else to be respectful to teachers that we don't think like us or when we don't agree with what we're told to do. God put people in authority for a reason, and we need to respect that. And the big thing to remember is that God loves you, and He sees what's going on. As we saw today, sometimes a tough leader can seem harsh, but really have our best interests at heart, like how Vanguard was to Spectrum. Or they may be mean, like Saul was to David. Either way, respecting people in authority makes my relationships better. We'll see you next time, Light Force Squad. Now go out there and shine a light.